Here already. We didn't even do the intro.
No intro
Um,
today.
all right. Well, I've already got this pulled up. This situation with Elon Musk.
Situation.
He's if we go back here, what really happened with the Hunter Biden story suppression by Twitter will be published on Twitter at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then kind of pushed it back a little bit,
That's Elon Musk's thing, yo. That's like
pushing
his
stuff
pushing
back.
stuff back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but 17 minutes ago, we got this: the
Oh,
Twitter files.
oh boy.
This is interesting. This is some interesting stuff. Well, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm just assuming that it's going to be interesting. And I don't know why it's not in order.
Hmm.
What is going on? It should go up. Oh, okay, maybe I need to go to Matt Davies. Please. Nope. What? How does Twitter desktop version work? Okay, there we go. We made it.
We
We
got
made it.
there.
All right. Let me just make sure that everything is good with this. Seems good. All right. The Twitter files. What you're about to read is the first installment in a series based upon thousands of internal documents obtained by sources at Twitter. The Twitter files tell an incredible story from inside one of the world's largest and most influential social media platforms. It is a Frankensteinian tale of a human built mechanism grown out of the control of its designer. Twitter, in its conception, was a brilliant tool for enabling instant mass communication, making a true real time global conversation possible for the first time. In an early conception, Twitter more than lived up to its mission statement, giving people the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. As time progressed, however, the company was slowly forced to add add those barriers. Some of the first tools for controlling speech were designed to combat the likes of spam and financial fraudsters. Slowly, over time, Twitter staff and executives began to find more and more uses of these tools. Outsiders began petitioning the company to manipulate speech as well, first a little, then more often, then constantly. And we saw that happening. Like
Hmm.
those of us who were paying attention saw the rise of that.
Hmm.
By 2020, requests from connected actors to delete tweets were routine. One executive would write to another, more to review from the Biden team. The reply would come back handled. Um, more to review from the Biden team. That's a crazy email. All of the people saying that like Twitter's a private platform, they can do what they want. Gone out the window.
Yep.
Um, Celebrities and unknowns alike could be removed or reviewed at the behest of a political party. Oops. Both parties had access to these tools. For instance, the 2020 requests from both the Trump White House and the Biden campaign were received and honored. However, this system wasn't balanced. It was based on contacts because Twitter was and is overwhelmingly staffed by people of one political orientation. There were more channels, more ways to complain open to the left, well, Democrats, than the right. Um, The resulting slant in content moderation decisions is visible in the documents you're about to read. However, it's also the assessment of multiple current and former high level executives. That appears to be the last of that for now.
Jeez. Look at that. Democrats, Republicans.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
it's very clear.
So Matt Taibbi's the one that's releasing all this stuff?
That's what it looks like. If I can get back to Elon's page. Yeah. So that's looks like that's where we're at for now. Um, I think that this is an ongoing thing, though.
Mhm.
So as the night progressed, oh wait, we're already at 16 somehow. Wait, did we get to 16?
No,
Oh, we didn't.
no, go down though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it goes from 11 to 16,
No,
12
12
to
and
16.
then 16. Yeah.
Okay, there were more through clearing about the process, but screw it. Let's jump forward. Oh, he is jumping forward because that 2 minutes ago, 1 minute ago,
Yeah.
3 minutes ago. The Twitter files, part one: how and why Twitter blocked the Hunter Biden laptop story. So this is just coming out live. We're gonna see the result. Who is Matt T? I believe he's a
Matt Taibbi?
yeah, he's a
Yeah, he's a
journalist.
journalist. Yeah.
But was he ever
He was with, he now does his own thing on, what's that? What's that site that they use, that they all use? It's their own thing. I forget the name of it. Remember, he was on Rogan too. He was talking about
yeah,
he first. I think he was with the New York Times or something at one point,
he's a
way back.
contributing editor for the Rolling
Oh, Rolling
Stone,
Stone. Okay,
and he's an author of several books. He's a mainstream media guy, but he's one of the mainstream media guys that's kind of
he broke away. He's
he
like,
broke away from
yeah,
like the
yeah,
machine.
yeah, for sure.
He seems to do
He freelances
genuinely
now.
honest reporting.
I'm trying to think what that's
Uh,
called. That where they do their own stories and then people pay or they donate to it. God, I forget the name of the
like
site.
locals or something.
No, no, it's
Patreon.
Patreon. Is it Patreon? Yeah, yeah, Patreon.
There's a bunch of them. I think locals
Yeah,
is
he's
similar.
he's got a he's big on Patreon.
Yeah. Um, um, so we're up to number 18 here. I don't know why it doesn't let me.
Off of Cryptopia.
17 on October 14th, 2020, the New York Post published Biden's secret emails, an expose based on the contents of Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop. Um, was this? Oh yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was the original article that came out,
yeah. And then they got rid of it.
and then they censored it. Twitter took extraordinary steps to suppress the story, removing links and posting warnings that may be unsafe. They even um, cool there
There too.
said a word that I
There too.
for extreme cases, child pornography. Um, wait. Oh, okay. So they expanded their tool that they were using to suppress sharing of child pornography to suppress this story.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's way worse. The fuck? But that's where we're at for now. We're at number 18. Just gonna keep it number 19. White House spokeswoman Kayleigh
McEnany.
McEnany was locked out of her account for tweeting about the story, prompting a furious letter from Trump campaign staffer Mike Hahn, who seethed at least pretend to care for the next 20 days. Uh, let's read this email here. Kayleigh McEnany has been locked out from her account for simply talking about the New York Post story. All she did was cite the story for firsthand reporting that has been reported by other outlets and not disputed by the Biden campaign. I need an answer immediately on when/how she will be unblocked. I also don't appreciate how nobody on this team called me regarding the news that you'll be censoring news articles. Like I said, at least pretend to care for the next 20 days. Um, who is that guy?
Mike Hahn? I don't know.
Mike Hahn. Um,
It says Mike Hahn at DonaldTrump.com.
yeah, he's obviously a
He's
part of
part of the
the
team.
Trump team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at for now.
Jeez. Well, I can't think it's kind of cool that it's Matt Taibbi that's doing all the releasing of it.
Yeah. I wonder if I'll stay on.
Here we go.
Number 20. This led public policy executive Caroline Strom to send out a polite "what the fuck" query, Several employees noted that there was tension between the comms/policy teams who had little/less control over moderation and the safety/trust teams. Uh, this is just crazy that certain people just have the ability to poke their head in and say, um,
What, say to suppress something?
just to go in and say, like, look, get rid of this.
Mhm. What's crazy to me is that nobody goes to jail for anything anymore.
No, not like
Like anybody.
this is all going to come out. Not a single one of these people are going to be investigated.
That's what I mean. It's like,
And if they are investigated, nothing's going to come of it.
right.
So this is
People should go to jail. It's a joke now. Nobody does shit anymore.
right. Everyone involved in this Twitter thing should go.
I mean, I'm
Go to
still
jail for
holding out. I'm still holding my breath a little that Congress is actually going to do something with this whole, whatever you want to call it, inquiry. I don't know, whatever they call it at this point. I'm hoping they actually do something. They follow through, and it's not just a bunch of bluster. Because it just feels like for the last bunch of years that it's always bluster. Like, we're going to do this about this. No, you're not. How frustrating that is that got to be for like for someone like a Rand Paul or
I can't imagine. Why is he even still involved in politics, right?
Yeah, that dead guy says, so thanks guys, this is perfect for my drive home. Mind blowing so far as the tool they use to mute the laptop store.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, they expanded their child porn defense. Like, yeah, this is on par with child porn. But 47 seconds ago, we got number 21. Strom's note returned the answer that the laptop story had been removed for violation of the company's hacked materials policy. Hacked materials.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is basically like somebody using, an F-18 to defend or to like deal with a neighbor.
Yeah.
The neighbor's lawn isn't cut or something.
Yeah.
Okay, call an F-18 in. We're gonna shoot his house.
Yeah.
Like let's just throw the whole kitchen sink at this thing.
That's exactly what they did. Which is like, how is this not stealing an election?
Oh, exactly. For them, it was definitely in the 12th hour. Like they were like, "Holy shit, man, we're really close to the election."
At the very least, you can call this stealing the election. Because this has been my perspective the whole time on whether or not the election was stolen or whatever. Is it could have literally been the most secure election in history in terms of voting, the vote counts, no fraud, zero fraud whatsoever could be the case.
Yeah.
But because Twitter and mainstream media networks were acting like this, like how many votes did this sway by this insanity?
This and ballot harvesting.
Those
two together, and
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
even ballot harvesting, it's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
This is insane. You can argue ballot harvesting. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's necessarily wrong.
Oh, come on.
Or unethical.
Think about it. If you go to someone's house and then what they're doing a lot of times is they're like helping them fill their ballots and stuff.
You're taking people that don't know what they're talking about, or don't know what they're doing, and they're doing. But at least, in a way, you can say that, like, at least they're doing something. Like they are earning a legitimate vote by that way. Like, yeah, sure, it's a little shady, and
it's a legitimate vote.
It's maybe not the
I guess
maybe not the votes that you want necessarily, right? But it's whatever. This is
I'm with you.
This is insane. So we're still waiting on the next update here. But I'm just wondering, like, how. Like, I wish that we could quantify, like, go back in time and rerun the simulation for that period of time and see what would have happened if they didn't do all this.
Right.
How many votes did this sway?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
how many people wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden had they known that this was real?
I don't know. Because you look at like this time around with the midterms, and you got a guy who's clearly not all there in what's his face God, what's his name in Pennsylvania?
Oh, Fetterman.
Fetterman. Clearly not all there, and they voted for him anyway.
Yeah.
It's like at this point,
He's
I
mentally
don't.
ill.
Yeah, I don't.
He
I don't
got
know.
voted for. Like,
So I think there was a certain amount of people who were just kind of like, no matter what, they were just done with Trump.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Similarly to how Trump got elected, people were voting against Hillary.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people who were just voting against Trump.
Yeah.
And how many of them would have not done that?
Yeah.
You know, had
I still think it's crazy when you look at the fact that he got the most votes in history and still didn't get reelected.
yeah.
And that's crazy to me. It's like, where did all these extra votes come from?
Yeah, that
Like you're like 4 years later,
think-
you have like
I don't know though.
15 million extra votes or whatever.
You
the heck
can argue that people are at an exponential rate becoming more and more politically activated
maybe.
with the propaganda, with the
Mhm.
tribalism. But we got another
We got
update
another
here. Although several sources recalled hearing about a general warning from federal law enforcement that summer about possible foreign hacks, there's no evidence that I've seen of any government involvement in the laptop story. In fact, that might have been the problem. I'm trying to understand what that means.
So it says, although several sources recalled hearing about a general warning from federal law enforcement that summer about possible foreign hacks, there's no evidence that I've seen of any government involvement in the laptop story. In fact, that might have been the problem. So he's saying basically that there's no
evidence that the government stepped in and warned these. Although, isn't the Zuckerberg thing evidence? Whether it's a smoking gun or not can be argued.
Yeah.
But he did say that the FBI came to them and warned them about possible misinformation that would come through.
Right. I don't know. I think it's like it's definitely. I wouldn't say there's no evidence. I would say that there's anecdotal evidence at best, basically.
Oh yeah,
but not no evidence. Maybe he's kind of like.
I think Zuckerberg's saying is a little bit more than anecdotal.
Well,
like it's him saying that the FBI came to Facebook. But
there you go.
Another update: the decision was made at the highest levels of the company, but without the knowledge of CEO Jack Dorsey, with former head of legal policy and trust Vijaya Gad playing a key role. Was Jack Dorsey the CEO at this time?
Yep.
So he stepped down after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's crazy too. This Vijaya chick.
Yeah.
Was like operating above Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
So like what did they do to Jack? What do they have on him?
I don't know. Honestly, I think he probably. I almost feel sorry for him. I bet you he's more of like a Freebird type guy. You know what I mean? Where he's not really into all this, but he got swept into it, and like he was just being kind of thrust in all directions, and he said, I don't want anything to do with this. Fuck it. He kind of seems like that guy. He doesn't seem like he's not even like Mark Zuckerberg. He doesn't even seem like Mark Zuckerberg. He seems more like a chill kind of.
He's a hippie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like more like a hippie surfer kind of guy. Whereas Mark Zuckerberg just screams like a phony. I don't know. He's the guy who's like, you like that? It's my favorite thing too, man. Like it's
fake.
Like
personally fake.
Yeah.
Obviously pretty good at business.
What?
Building a tech. He's obviously not dumb, but we got another.
He's not dumb at all.
Another update here. We just freelanced it. Is how one former employee characterized the decision. Hacking was the excuse, but within a few hours, pretty much everyone realized that wasn't going to hold. But no one had the guts to reverse it.
Jeez.
Wow.
I want to see. It's funny because he's like, he's building suspense.
I know he's got something coming here.
Yeah, he's building
like
suspense
there's
here.
something.
I'm like,
man, this is crazy. This is happening live. This is exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's gonna happen next? Okay, here we go. 25. You can see the confusion in the following lengthy exchange, which ends up including Gade and former Trust and Safety Chief UL Roth. Comms official Trenton Kennedy writes, I'm struggling to understand the policy basis for making this as unsafe. So let's see what we have here. New York Post, Hunter Biden left an article, privileged and confidential. Our teams continue to investigate the origins of the material included in the report. Trent Kennedy says, I'm struggling to understand the policy basis for making this as unsafe. And I think the best explainability argument for this externally would be that we're waiting to understand if this story is the result of hacked materials. We'll face hard questions on this if we don't have some kind of solid reasoning for marking the link unsafe. We also mark similar stories as unsafe, said Katie Roseborough. Um,
Hmm. So it's like there was like an ongoing debate kind of going on. It was like, everybody. It was like there was a lot of sort of panic. You know what I mean? People are like, "Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing here?" And like a lot of people didn't seem to know exactly, what they were gonna do. Except maybe that creepy lawyer broad. What's her name again?
Vijaya
Yeah, Vijay.
Gotti,
Vijay.
yeah, Vijay.
Vijay.
I don't know. I feel
Your
like
face.
she seems like the kind of chick that would make you sign a lot of paperwork
Yeah,
before she lets you in there.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
He's like wearing a body condom.
yeah.
It's like here, just take a shower quick, and then take a left in that room over there, and just douse yourself with the 3 bombs there that are in there, and then scrub yourself with that sandpaper, and then put that body condom on and get out here. What are you doing?
I'm responding to mommy.
To mommy? Tell her you're podcasting.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. She birthed me out of her JJ.
That did happen. That's a fact. Twitter might argue otherwise.
Yep. We're gonna get. Oh, here's another one.
By this point, everyone knew this was fucked, said one former employee, but the response was essentially to err on the side of continuing to err. Well, Roth, the policy basis is hacked material, though, as discussed, this is an emerging situation where the facts remain unclear. Given the severe risks here and lessons of 2016, we're erring on the side of including a warning and preventing this content from being amplified. What is the warning that will come up?
That's from JJ.
Yoel Roth. When you click the link, you'll see the generic unsafe URL message. References spam, malware, and violations of the Twitter rules. Not ideal, but it's the only thing we have. Ian Plunkett said, whatever we do in the comms, this will become a bias claim for Jack pre-hearing immediately. Let's make it clear we're proactively but cautiously interpreting this through the lens of our hacked materials policy and allowing the link with a warning and significant reduction of spread. Like, it really does sound like deliberate malice. Like they know what they're doing is fucked up, and
they're trying to justify
They're like
Yeah, yeah.
trying to rationalize it amongst themselves.
They're like, oh well, we're just gonna slow the spread. We're gonna do that for now, and then we'll put some disclaimers on it, and and just try not to amplify it. It's just like getting ahead of it right away. That's hilarious. But it's funny because I don't know. I don't know what the legal recourse would be for any of it. You know what I mean? What is a legal recourse?
Well, there's got to be like something written in there. I mean, like in terms of like what can people do to get recourse? No, nothing. Absolutely
That's what I mean.
nothing. These
So it's
people
like
are in power, but like I'm pretty sure it's illegal technically. Like if you read the letter of the law, it probably shows what they're doing is very illegal.
Well, they could just claim deniability. They just say, "Hey, we thought it was misinformation or whatever you want to call it." I don't know how they. I don't know.
Well,
how
the communications kind of show that they,
Yeah, but
that
it's still a little bit vague. Like it's still like it doesn't say, "Hey, this shit's real. We need to fucking qualm this right away." Right? So it's still enough that it's open to interpretation. Unfortunately, and maybe they should just get fired.
Yeah. Get fired and get. Well, did you see Vijaya payout.
Oh yeah, it was stupid. Like, was it 51 million or something like that? Or
I'm gonna look it up just to get it right. How much
did Vagina get
did
paid?
Vijay? How do you spell her name? Yeah,
How about? Oh, there you go. It says get
Gotti.
paid. No,
No,
just put Vag Twitter. I'm sure it'll
get
come up.
from leaving Twitter. No, okay, hold on. Her name is in Vijay. Oops, Vijay. Uh, oh, it doesn't say. Doesn't say immediately anyway, but yeah, she got a stupid
I thought it
amount.
was 51 million. For some reason, that seems to be.
Like it could have been. That's in the area of what I seem to be remembering. I just don't remember a number like that. Um, Former VP of Global Comms Brandon Borman asked, "Can we truthfully claim that this is part of the policy?" Uh, to Ian's point, can we truthfully claim that this is part of the policy, i.e., is part of our approach to addressing potentially hacked materials? We are limiting visibility of related stories on Twitter while our investigation is ongoing. Um, to which former Deputy General Counsel Jim Baker again seems to advise staying the non-course because caution is warranted. I support the conclusion that we need more facts to assess whether the materials were hacked. At this stage, however, it is reasonable for us to assume that they may have been and that caution is warranted. There are some facts that indicate that the materials may have been hacked, while there are other indicators or others indicating that the computer was either abandoned and or the owner consented to allow the repair shop to access it for at least some purposes. We simply need more information.
Okay, so I got an update on that. It's 20 million.
20 million?
Yeah.
But she was making. Are you sure that's not how much she was making a year? Because she was making
no. This is so they settled out with three of them for 122 million. The CEO guy got 57.4 million. Segal got 44.5, and the JJ got 20 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was also making, I think, over 10 a year.
Probably, yeah.
Like,
So that's not that bad as far as a settlement, considering.
well,
Because
yeah,
they usually get worse.
I guess
It's usually worse.
it makes no sense though that she was making that much. It's one of those things. It's like, wait, she's making how much? And
Yeah.
why?
Huh. So in addition to those payouts, the three executives will also receive a collective 65 million from Musk in exchange for shares they held in the company.
Wow.
Her JJ's was worth the most at 34.8 million.
That was her ownership.
That was her ownership sale. This is according to Reuters, by the way. So, wow. The CEO, Parag, whatever his name is, his total compensation for 2021 was 30.4 million. That's crazy.
Wow.
Let's see if they say hers.
There's another update here. A fundamental problem with tech companies and constant moderation. Many people in charge of speech know/care little about speech and have to be told the basics by outsiders. To wit, sounds like there's
something more coming. Excuse me. Like a story of Matt Taibbi's career right here.
Maybe. Although
Probably. You think about it, he's like,
yeah, but why is he famous? I wonder. Like,
I
I feel like because usually when
you
a
saw him on
journalist,
Twitter, right? Or I mean on Joe Rogan, right?
yeah, I think so. Anyway,
Yeah, he's been on Joe Rogan. He's been on Bill Maher, Real Time with Bill Maher, a few times actually. He's the one with that weird voice. He's got that like horsey,
yeah.
like
I feel like
almost
though there had to be like a big article or something. Uh,
Substack. That's it. Not thing. That's what I meant to say. He does a thing on Substack.
That doesn't say, but yeah.
But he's
been around.
a good reporter, or a journalist, I
He
should say.
does honest
Oh, here we
reporting
go.
is a thing. In one humorous exchange on day one, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna reaches out to Gade to gently suggest she hop on the phone to talk about the backlash re-speech.
Speech, yeah.
Khanna was the only Democratic official I could find in the files who expressed concern, generating huge backlash on Hill or a speech. Happy to chat if you're up for it.
That's what she wrote.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, happy to chat if you're up for it. Hey,
We should maybe have a conversation.
Hey, you want to just chat about this thing that could kill the election for us?
One. Gade replies quickly, immediately diving into the weeds of Twitter policy, unaware Khanna is more worried about the Bill of Rights. Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Thank you for your help. We appreciate the heads up. We put out a clarifying thread of tweets earlier this evening to explain our policy around the posting of private information and linking directly to hacked materials. The press secretary's account was not permanently suspended. We requested that she delete the tweet containing material that is in violation of our rules, and her account is restricted until she complies. I'd be happy to jump on the phone if helpful. My team at DC, Jessica and Lauren, are copied here. So, yeah. It's crazy just how unapologetically they do that.
I know.
Like they.
It's their power, right? They have so much power. In their little sphere. So you have any beer?
I'll take one. I'll have to finish mine quickly. Thank you.
Yeah, it's they feel like the big fish in their fucking pond, right? And then when they're able to control shit like this, it must make them feel like like little gods for a moment, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. These people, they're so power hungry. Like they're that kid on the playground that brings the ball, and then you got to play by their rules, and they take full advantage that you have to play by their rules.
My ball. I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
No, I'll take it and go home.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Fuck off.
Khanna tries to reroute the conversation to the First Amendment, mention of which is generally hard to find in the files. Real Khanna to Vijaya Gade. Hope you're well, Vijaya, but this seems a violation of the First Amendment principles. If there's a hack of classified information or other information that could expose a serious war crime and the New York Times was to publish it, I think the New York Times should have that right. A journalist should not be held accountable for the illegal actions of the source unless they actively aided the hack. So to restrict the distribution of the material, especially regarding a presidential candidate, seems not in the keeping of the principles of New York Times v. Sullivan. I say this as a total Biden partisan and convinced he didn't do anything wrong, but the story now has become more about censorship than relatively innocuous emails, and it's become a bigger deal than it would have been. It also is now leading to serious efforts to curtail Section 230, many of which would have been a mistake. I believe Twitter itself should curtail what it recommends or puts in trending news, and your policy against QAnon groups is all good. It's a hard balance.
QAnon, yeah.
But in the heat of a presidential campaign, restricting disinformation or dissemination of newspaper articles, even if New York Post is far right, seems like it will invite more backlash than it will do good. Please keep this communication between just us and Jack, and no need to CC the team or forward to them. Just wanted to offer my 2 cents.
Jeez. Okay, so that's a weird message there, because it's like it's kind of goes all over the place. It's saying, hey, you shouldn't do this. It's almost like a like covering your ass type.
I think this person supports what they're doing, but is like,
right.
I can't. It's wrong.
Yeah,
it's wrong.
It's like
we're doing bad.
You read it, you go, okay. Well, I mean, okay, you've just admitted that you're partisan to Biden, and you don't think he did anything wrong, but it's still, this is still against the First Amendment, which, I applaud her for saying that, but at the same time,
yeah, no, that's good. We need more of that in government.
But it's almost at the end, it was kind of like, says, that maybe it's almost like a soft recommendation to not put it out there. Look, I believe Twitter itself should curtail what it recommends or puts in trending news, and your policy against QAnon groups is all good. It's hard. It's a hard balance.
You know,
So
she's totally in favor of curtailing the news, but she I think understands fully the implication of censoring this information
right.
in the midst of an election.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So it's not like, censoring QAnon.
Right.
It's meddling in an election.
Which that's I mean that's good. That comes out good for that congresswoman.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds better. Like I'd rather our partisan people in Congress feel that way rather
Yeah.
than, just like get rid of it all,
Yeah, exactly.
cut out their tongues, get them
It's
out of society.
it's so funny to me though too because wipe your nose. You got like something there, there, the other side, saving
It's a
you
gun.
from. I don't know. Turn around. Turn this way. Nope, it's still there.
What?
I don't know. It's like something hard on that. That's probably a little booger.
Little
Trying to save
booger.
you from embarrassment long term, but I'm
You know
providing
I
short term
You
embarrassment.
know I can't be embarrassed.
That's true.
See.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Dry skin or something, maybe.
I don't know. Seems to have come off, maybe.
Um. Yeah. What was I gonna? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Your boogie threw me off.
Good.
you boogied me, man.
Boogied.
We got another update. He seems to be
I don't
updating
think so.
every like 2
It's
minutes.
inconsistent, but it's within a few minutes.
Yeah,
Some
it's
of them
like
are within
there it
seconds.
is.
Yeah, so another 133. Within a day, head of public policy Lauren Culbertson receives a ghastly letter/report from Carl Sasbo of the research firm NetChoice, which had already polled 12 members of Congress, 9 Republicans, and 3 Democrats from the House Judiciary Committee, Judy Chu's office. Lauren, yesterday NetChoice's Chris Marchese met informally with 9 Republicans and 3 Democratic House staffers to gather intel about Facebook and Twitter and the New York Post story. The staffers hail from the House Judiciary Committee to Representative Judy Chu's office.
Okay. He's setting the groundwork here. What was that?
Yeah, what did they say? What happened?
What happened next?
The level of corruption is just mind blowing. It's one of those things like you always know, like and then if you're paying attention, you can see that it's bad. But
Right.
then something like this gets released, and you're like, "It was this bad?
Yeah.
Like it went this deep? Like, holy shit!"
We're still waiting for the Kennedy files to see if.
Yeah, well, that'll be another 1,000 years
Yeah,
before they release those.
So it's funny when they do release it, everybody that had any potential involvement in it's dead already.
Right,
So
that's
what are you
they're
gonna do?
waiting for.
Yeah.
Maybe even close family too.
Yeah.
You know.
And when they release those files, they're going to release the science behind the bullet that defies physics.
The science behind it.
What's that?
Still no new update. We're on 33.
Come on, Matt. We all know that you've pre-prepped all these. You just got to set the tweet out now.
Yeah. I mean, it's entirely possible.
What's Barry Weiss saying there?
Nothing. That's just linking to her page. I wonder if I'm gonna open up a second tab for Elon's Twitter. See if Elon has anything else to say. He sort of set the groundwork for this, and then
walked out,
and then mentioned something about about meeting the French Prime Minister or something. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, meeting the French Prime Minister. I mean, that's all right. At least
he's like what? I just released Matt Taibbi and I went for a meeting with the French Prime Minister. What?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
It's like the have you ever seen
wonder if they're gonna like what they're gonna say about Elon for doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen what do you call it? Fuck, Austin Powers, all the Austin Powers.
Not all of them. I don't.
You see one where he goes, where he's like he puts him in the room with the sharks, whatever, and then
Oh,
he closes the door and
I don't remember if I watched the movie or if I've seen that clip on
yeah,
YouTube, but I have seen that.
I know Scott's like, well, you're not gonna watch. He's like, what? Oh. You're like,
I'm gonna
you,
leave him in an
you tell
easily
me an
escapable situation.
easily escapable situation, and you're gonna assume everything with the pen. What?
All right, we got an update.
Right.
18 seconds ago, Net Choice lets Twitter know a bloodbath awaits in upcoming Hill hearings, with members saying it's a tipping point. The planing tech has grown so big that they can't even regulate themselves, so government may need to intervene. High level takeaway, every Republican said this is a tipping point, it's just too much, and both Democrats and Republicans were angry. Wow.
Yeah, you need to intervene 2 years ago. You
2 years ago?
fucking knobs.
A little bit.
Wow.
5 years ago. There's
Well,
another
for
one.
this.
Is it Zabo?
Zabo.
Reports to Twitter that some Hill figures are characterizing the laptop story as Tech's Access Hollywood moment. Was that is that referencing the Streisand thing?
Maybe.
Was it Access Hollywood that took the picture of her house and there was a big deal? And
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
then the Streisand effect became a term.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
We asked just how bad this situation is. One staffer said it's Tech's Access Hollywood moment and it has no Hillary to hide behind. Yeah, she's out having lunch with the lizard people, man.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
not. Others were more blunt. Tech is screwed, and rightfully so. I mean, it is. Have you seen their market cap valuation since this?
Yeah.
Have you seen the layoffs? Oh my God, we're talking like tens of thousands at this point.
Mhm.
Between Twitter and
And
Facebook
Facebook, yeah.
and Google, Apple, I think even was doing layoffs.
It's crazy what's happening.
The tech market is on fire.
Yeah.
And
Well,
not in a good way.
even you saw all the videos of Amazon employees all lined up being let go too. It's crazy.
Really, they're getting rid of Amazon. I
Like
want to see
10,000 employees or something across Amazon.
where's Meta. I want to see how how far down Meta is in the last. When was this? 2 years ago now. When the story
Of this?
released, when the
Yeah.
Hunter Biden thing was.
Yeah. Would have been over 2 years ago, yeah.
Oh.
October. So it would have been
If we go back 1 year,
25
Meta's
and a
down
half months.
60%. Almost $400 to below $100 from the middle of
Who's that?
Meta.
Oh, that's Meta. Okay.
From like the middle of 2021
Wow.
to now. So it's just a straight fall off the cliff. That's what's happening in tech.
Nope.
They should all just learn how to dig coal.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yep. I mean, we all learned how to code. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's time for you to learn how
Time
to
for them to learn how to dig coal. Yeah.
dig coal. We're gonna need the coal.
Exactly.
When all of the renewable energy fails, we're gonna need the coal.
We're gonna need that coal, man.
Yeah. Twitter files continued. The First Amendment isn't absolute. Szabo's letter contains chilling passages relaying Democratic lawmakers' attitudes. They want more moderation, and as for the Bill of Rights, it's not absolute. Okay, so the Democrats, meanwhile, complain that the companies are inept. They let conservatives muddy the water and make the Biden campaign look corrupt. Even though Biden is innocent, they link this to Hillary Clinton's email scandal. She did nothing wrong, but because the press wouldn't let the story go, it became a scandal far out of proportion. In their mind, social media is doing the same thing. It doesn't moderate enough harmful content. So when it does, like it did yesterday, it becomes a story. If the companies moderated more, conservatives wouldn't even think to use social media for disinformation, misinformation, or otherwise. Or they're just not going to use it because they're going to get kicked off.
Yep.
The Democrats were in agreement. Social media needs to moderate more because they're corrupting democracy and making all truth relative. When pushed on how the government might insist on that consistent with the First Amendment, they demurred The First Amendment isn't absolute.
It's
That's
funny how
chilling.
when you listen to that last sentence or the last paragraph there, they say that corrupting democracy, making all truth, and they quotation relative.
Yeah.
It-
You're not allowed to have the conversation. But I love how they say, like, they talk about the Hillary laptop scandal or the email scandal, and they say that she did nothing wrong. But it is exactly what she did. That is not it's not questioned. That she was running her own email, that there were emails on that server that were being used for government purposes. That in and of itself is illegal.
Right.
It is not. It isn't disputed that she was doing that. It's illegal.
Like you can feel the panic though, eh? Like you can feel the panic of not being able to control the narrative anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's like we gotta
Like,
be able to control this shit.
Oh shit.
Because you gotta think back
You know?
before social media, they just had full control of their narrative.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, they're on to us.
Right.
They know we're full of shit.
Oh no,
What do
we're
we
lizard
do?
people. They're gonna know we're lizard people. We're gonna see our faces melt off.
They're gonna see us shapeshift into our true forms. Ro Khanna is great, says Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
I think Elon is just sitting through this too.
He's probably reading it or getting an update somehow. That's all he says. Which I mean, I gotta agree with him. What she said there was good. I mean,
yeah, it
might
shows
disagree with her political position, but
some amount of principle.
Yeah, exactly,
in
yeah.
the position.
Imagine if they all had principle like that.
Different world.
I feel like at one time it was a little more anyway. There was less of the heavy left, heavy right.
Yeah, because there was a time when like your word meant something. So when you like made a claim, like I support the First Amendment or something like that, it meant something to you that you adhered to that.
Mhm.
Now you can you say that so that you get a favorable outcome in the election, and then you do whatever because it doesn't matter because like there's I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. What did I just
What
do?
did you do, man? What just happened?
What just happened? I fixed it.
You're fired.
All right.
Come on, Matt. It's been 4 minutes. He's getting slower now.
I know.
We're waiting on you, bud.
Is he gonna like label it when it's done?
I know, and we're just gonna go all night.
We're gonna keep waiting. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 4 minutes. That's one of the longest.
Delays so far.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like you say, how do you know when it ends?
Yeah.
This might be a to be continued podcast.
It might be. I mean, I think usually when you do your Twitter thread like this, you tag the last one as finished.
Mm.
But I wonder where this really goes in the end because it's like it's already gone to some insane places.
Right. But again, I don't know. I don't know how it matters. These people they don't work for Twitter anymore. There's no clear laws that I can think of that they broke. They're being fuck-ton douchebags.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the very least, I hope people, I actually can't even say this because it won't happen.
I mean, surely there are laws that you could grab to, like that this is a violation of the First Amendment, or that it's like
again they wouldn't they could have deniability. They could claim deniability and say, hey, we didn't know if it was true or not. We knew that it could affect the election, and if it were true, then okay, but we didn't know if it was.
Yeah,
and you could just get away with it, right?
Yeah.
It's like you throw enough shit at the wall.
That like they turned around as soon as the election was over.
Yeah,
they were just all right. Well, here it is.
Yeah,
it's real. You can talk about it now.
Yeah.
It's like that's so transparent. You see right through what they're trying to do.
Throw enough shit at the wall and some sticks.
Yeah.
Well, like, to go back to another whole unrelated thing, the Pelosi hammer attack, the hammer time.
We still don't know what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Every story under
they
the
just
sun
keep doing
was
that.
reported.
They just keep,
Every possible iteration of
and nobody's coming to
scenarios.
clarify it. And so it's just like, believe whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
We don't
they
really
have.
care. It doesn't
They
affect
have
anything.
to be covering something up.
Oh, sure, of course they are.
Drug dealing or
But you throw
something
enough
like that.
bullshit out there, nobody knows what the truth is, so you can just, and then just don't say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it seems to be the way they do it now, because they can't control the information, so they might as well just throw a bunch of bullshit information out there and just muddy up the waters completely, that nobody knows what the fuck is true. And then because there's so much garbage out there, when somebody says something, you just go, "Oh, that's misinformation," or that's a conspiracy theory. Okay. So that's what's neat about this, is like you get actual like insider information now coming out from Twitter, and there's essentially, a chain of proof, because they have all the information in Twitter. The right guy has control. Come on, Matt. I think he's taking a shit.
He had to stop to poo.
I tweets real quick. Sorry, pooping.
Poo break.
Just tweets a poop emoji.
Just a poop emoji. Hold on 1 second. Poop emoji. Everybody would know what he meant.
Oh yeah. Fuck, bud. 8 minutes.
Hold on. Maybe it's
Look at the trending Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh, well, of course.
Yeah. Matt Taibbi.
Kanye, who said that he
Ye
likes Hitler.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the clips from that Alex Jones interview?
No.
Did you know that he went on Alex Jones' show? Oh, okay. He went on Alex Jones' show and made Alex Jones the voice of reason in the room. At one point in the show, Alex Jones was talking about, but like, you're not a Nazi. You didn't do whatever, blah blah blah. And then he's like, I do like Hitler though.
Wow.
I don't know what Kanye is doing. I wonder if we can pull the clip up.
Yeah, might as well. We got nothing else. We're waiting.
Kanye, Hitler, quote, Infowars. Let's try pulling it up on YouTube.
Oh, it was on Infowars?
Yeah, it was Alex Jones interviewing him on his show.
Oh, here we go.
We got another tweet from Matt Taibbi. An amazing subplot of the Twitter Hunter Biden laptop affair was how much was done without the knowledge of CEO Jack Dorsey, and how long it took for the situation to get unfucked, as one ex-employee put it, even after Dorsey jumped in. Okay. Kanye.
Ooh. On oh, here you go.
I'm the head of the Mossad. I'm gonna kill you and take the children away from you. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. This is the future president you're talking to right now. I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis. Germans had a really cool leader at one time. Love you, love you, love you. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler.
Well, I think Hitler did target and kill some people. So I think,
I think Obama killed Palestinians.
This is a new look for you.
Oh no, I've been wearing a mask for a while. Yeah. Hey guys, could you not talk in the back? I'm like really hypersensitive to sound. If you guys want to talk, just go in the other room, please. Shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, shut up. Shut up. I'm throwing the tablets right now. Shut up. Instagram is about prostitution. So everyone shut up. No one cares. Shut up. No one cares. Jesus is king. Shut up. It's done. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Go home to your scared little Benz and your scared little townhome and your scared little movie contracts and shut up. Don't talk to me about nothing, bro.
What do you think?
There's one place in the Bible where it says God sees sin differently, and there's another place where it says let me get out my phone. I can really pull up the exact thing it says in the Bible.
No, I agree with what you just said.
Sounds
Let
like
me stop
beside him.
because Dave Chappelle.
Alex,
Go ahead.
let me channel.
All right, go ahead.
Channel. If I say, now I forgot what I had to say. Let me meditate. Let me get into a place.
I'm
right
sorry.
here.
Go ahead.
Love you, bro.
Yeah. You get the idea.
Wow. What the fuck?
No one knows what the
He's-
hell he's doing.
I know, like,
why he's doing it, where he's going. Like, what the fuck is
well, maybe he's actually nuts.
he starting to maybe look that way?
Like when it's that overt, when it's that in your face, you or on the nose, you typically think they're playing a game, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not.
I mean,
maybe
maybe
he
he
used
is
to-
in a sense that like
Maybe he was on pills for a while that was making him less nuts, and now he's
That's-
off them.
that's possible. Or there's like something else going on where like he's trying to be a distraction. And like I don't even know. There's so many ideas. None of it makes any sense. Why say those things?
Yeah.
Like even if you thought those things, you know that strategically, maybe don't say them.
Yeah.
Maybe say something else.
Like he's like completely doubling down now with the anti-Semitism.
Yeah, he's lost it.
Like it's crazy. I already thought he was an idiot after I kind of thought he was an idiot after the Lex Friedman podcast. Before that, I was all right. So here's the transitions basically. I always thought he was kind of an idiot. Then he's on the which one did I see him first? I saw him on Tucker. He's talking to Tucker, and he was like, he seemed incoherent to me. He couldn't seem to make a complete thought.
Yeah.
And then, or string a complete thought. And then he's on the Lex Friedman podcast, and he sounds like a complete fucking asshole, like idiot douchebag. So I really started to kind of dislike him. And then see him on Tim Pool, and he's like basically trying to bully Tim Pool.
Just by leaving.
And like bully him into like letting him talk. Like it's almost, you got the feeling like it was like, I'm gonna leave if you don't let me talk.
Yeah, and some people were suggesting that like his like PR is trying to make him do these shows, and he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So like that's maybe why he did that,
Right.
just to get out sooner and to say that he did. But
And then he had a flight already set up. Like it
Yeah.
was basically like chances of this flight just being random. He was able to get this chartered flight.
it's possible,
It's possible,
given
but
the
it's very
notoriety, unlikely.
yeah.
Likely scenarios that they do that.
And now this, like it's like he just keeps falling further and further off of the.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there on Alex Jones.
Maybe he feels like it's a safe space for him, to be nuts
I mean, maybe
because it's Alex Jones.
well, yeah,
and-
his show's censored to shit, right?
yeah. I don't know. He's giving a lot of. He's definitely giving a lot of sound bites.
He is giving a lot of sound
Yeah.
bites. It is kind of hilarious.
Like, well, is some of that kind of taken out of context a little, or is it?
I don't think so.
No way.
I really don't. I actually don't think so. Because
Did you watch the whole thing, or-
No.
Oh.
But I've seen like longer clips that are
Mm.
what he says those things.
Yeah,
In those contexts.
it's probably hard to find.
Like he's not saying hypothetically if I said this and then he says the thing. I don't want to say the words
Yeah.
on here, right? But he's not saying that. He's like Alex Jones was like saying, but you're not a Nazi or whatever. And then he said that he likes Hitler.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Wow. Hattie said something like, I understand the spirit of what Hitler was trying to do initially when he before 30, like in 33 and stuff, that he was trying to raise up the German people and stuff. And he said something like that. You're like, okay, there's argument to that.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
he
like,
says something really dumb that like Hitler invented roads and the microphone.
oh, wow. Right. Yeah. Of all the people to, hit yourself to, Hitler might be the worst one.
Yeah, you really don't want to hitch on there.
Yeah. Hitler just seemed like he was a complete smackhead, obviously.
Well, he was, on stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Worse and worse and worse as the later it got through.
Yeah.
Later the war the war effort was going. It was like obviously it was further and further fucked, which would explain certain things. When did the Holocaust start? When did they start doing that? Was it 41 or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it probably depends on when you what you consider the start, right? Because it was gradual. Because at first it was like separating Jewish people.
But I mean, when
then
they
it
were
was, like,
when they were actually killing them,
yeah, it's probably not
be sick to.
clear. Probably, yeah, I don't know.
It's funny because you can say Holocaust, right? You can say the word, and then it's like you say it, and it's because you've heard it so many times. It doesn't have like a visceral feeling
Yeah.
necessarily. But then when you start to say what was happening and the numbers and sheer numbers and shit, you go,
The conditions.
like fuck.
Yeah.
Holocaust.
The fact that human beings have it in them to do that to
Yeah.
other human beings. It's just mind blowing.
Yep. I don't get it. I don't know how you have to dehumanize people first.
Even dehumanize them. It's like,
Well, okay, so they're saying the timeline was 33 to 45, but
yeah, because it's not
Because,
clear,
yeah,
right? Because
because-
at a certain point it starts off small.
well, they're trying to they're implementing or they're putting in when they were starting to demonize the Jewish people
Yeah.
and like all that bullshit in Germany first. So I don't know. I mean, I'm looking up the wrong
Like
way.
when they killed the first one, that's
Yeah.
probably, you'll probably never know.
Yeah.
'Cause I doubt it was
Or when
documented.
they here we go.
When they
Here it
first
is. Here it
started
is.
putting
Yeah,
them
the
in.
genocide Jews between 1941 and 45. Yeah, because it's estimated
probably
that
when they
they
started
started
putting
to
them in.
they started to put them in camps and
Okay,
yeah.
we got another update. While reviewing Gotti's emails, I saw a familiar name, my own. Dorsey sent her a copy of my Substack article blasting the incident. He's just showing the links, I think.
It just says with the Hunter Biden expose, suppression is a bigger scandal than the actual story. So
And I think that's the article that Matt Taibbi
Yeah.
posted on his Substack that Jack is forwarding to Vijaya.
JJ.
Yeah. And then I think that's down there is the article rendering the actual image of the front. That's what that looks like. But
I
yeah,
wonder why his tweets are so slow now.
I think he's maybe wrapping it up because he's not naming them anymore. So I think he's probably done, and now he's just commenting.
Maybe.
So yeah, I mean maybe that's a good place to wrap this up.
Yeah.
This podcast up for today. And
Sorry we got no real you're welcome there, Dead.
Dad, I
Dad
hope
said
you're
thanks, bro.
alive and well.
I hope you're not dead. I hope you're because he said he was driving.
That's true.
So I hope you made
Hope
it, buddy.
you're not dead.
Yeah. Maybe maybe just say something so we know you're still alive. Made it. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say before I said that.
I mean,
It's kind of like left open. It's like open ended at this point.
Is it though? I mean, it shows like the deliberation
Well, yeah, but
and the corruption and the like looking the other way and ignoring the constitutional
yeah.
concerns.
Part of me
I
was
think that's
expecting.
huge.
Part of me was expecting like a
Like a Bond villain kind of thing.
like a big-
Hey, we're gonna censor the conservative story to win the. That's not good. You're not gonna get.
or
that.
like there would be like a big name. Somebody be like, this person said this, and you get this. Holy fuck! What?
Yeah.
Do you have proof of that?
Yeah.
So we found Hillary's emails, and one of them says, "In the future."
Yeah. But all right.
All right.
I'm gonna wrap this up.
Yep. Like, subscribe,
Thanks for joining.
share.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and
Have a good Friday night. We're gonna
drink some
burn
beers
some
and
stuff.
We're gonna burn some stuff.
We're gonna
and
be
drink
burning
beers.
some stuff. So, all right.
Ciao.
Peace.